So I'm going to give you an article, you're going to read it, and then after you read it, you're going to retell me things that you remember from this article. When you get to a word or phrase or anything you don't know, just do whatever you would normally do, okay?
Okay.
Right here is the article.
Okay.
You can begin.
The band takes the last bow, and after midnight, the sparkling new jazz revue that opened at the Brooks Atkinson Theater on Sunday night. This may be unusual for Broadway, where the players are normally in the pit, and the music often sounds as if it could have been piped in from Hong Kong, but it's entirely as it should be. I mean no disrespect to the superabundance of talented performers in this jubilant show when I say that they are all playing second fiddle, if you will, to the main attraction. This would be the 16 musicians called the Jazz at Lincoln Center All-Stars, stacked in the bandstand at the back of the stage for much of the evening, rollicking through the music of Duke Ellington and Harold Arlen. I'm heard of him before, and others with verve. Let's see, verve. Almost captivates the eyes. Guessing it means like excitement or gusto, I suppose, with a verve that almost captivates the eye as much as it does the ear. It will be a long time before Broadway hosts music making this. It will be a long time before Broadway hosts music making this hot, sweet, and altogether glorious again. A souped-up version of a production originally presented twice by City Center Encores after midnight moves sleekly through the more than 25 songs from the height of the jazz era, ostensibly, where was I? Ostensibly, we are time traveling back to the heyday. Honestly, I don't think I know ostensibly. Ostensibly. From context, I'm assuming it means essentially. Ostensibly, we are time traveling back to the heyday of the Cotton Club, the Harlem nightclub with a Broadway spin-off, where Ellington and the band leader for the heyday spell and where many of the black jazz greats of the 1920s and 30s performed before whites-only audiences, and alas. For the Broadway run, the producers have added a couple of named performers. The American Idol winner is Fantasia Barrino. I always want to say burrito. Fantasia Barrino. And the singer-dancer-actor Jewel Hill. Oh, hey. That dude was... Sorry. I know that dude. He's funny. Jewel Hill, currently of the television series Psych. Yep, that's where I've seen him. Miss Barrino will be performing only through February 9th, at which point a rotating roster of guest performers takes over. This model may sound like the latest in Broadway producing cynicism, but it has historical bona fides. The original Cotton Club hosted celebrity nights, when guest performers would take the stage. K.D. Lang is next up, and she's followed by the R&B names of Tony Braxton and Kenny Edmonds. Edmonds. I don't know why I said Edmonds. Known as Babyface. Mr. Hill and Miss Barrino are agreeable headlines, but they share the stage with an array of equally gifted performers, most notably the delectable Adrienne Lennox. I'm just guessing. It might be French, so it could be Leno or something. Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. I feel bad now.
Okay.
But also a half-dozen of great dancers of the top secret balletic varieties, performing choreography of the terrific and not so terrific varieties by Warren Carlyle, who also directs After midnight. who also directs, period. Okay. After Midnight does not make much of an attempt to impart any of the Cotton Club history, as the evening's more normal host, Mr. Hill, sprinkles the evening with a few snippets of Langston Hughes poetry. Is this loud enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Langston Hughes poetry. But it's incidental. Instead, the focus remains squarely on the music and its interpretation by those amazing musicians under the snappy baton of conductor Darrell Waters, and the performers who sing, slide, scat, cartwheel, and generally raise ruckus from in front of them. A review and review. I don't know. I know they mean different things, but whatever. A review and review tends to resemble a laundry list. So here come the highlights of the washing. Highlights of the washing in no particular order. For 4 solo spots, Miss Marino shines brightest, performing the standard I Can't Give You Anything But Love, her tangy voice embracing the Dorothy Fields and Jimmy McHugh classic with obvious affection. She's also delightful when flirting with a quartet of catcalling guys and the lesser-known Zaz by Cab Calloway and Harry White. Credibly playing a vampy chatanoose with a naughty snot. I don't even know what a chatanoose is. Type of music. Her mouth seems to hold twice as many teeth as everybody else's. Also, I admired Miss Marino's heartfelt performance in The Color Purple, as I was surprised at how smoothly and intuitive she slid into the vocal persona of a jazz singer. Ellington's lyric-free but gorgeous it's a name, Love Call is delivered by Carmen Ruby Floyd, with a hypnotic simplicity, her voice taking flight in tandem with the swooning melody, which seems to glimmer visibly in the air before you. But for style, top marks go to Miss Leno or Lennox. Leno. Let's just go Leno. To Miss Leno, who seems to bring back the authentic spirit of the era with her sensationality, I guess. Oh, no, sensationally. I'm just, my brain's not doing right today. With this sensationally funny performance of 2 low-down numbers in Woman Be Rise, sorry. Woman Be Rise by Snippy Wallace. That's weird for saying. Snippy Wallace. She glares meaningly into the audience and admonishes her fellow females to watch out for the man who traps on the prowl. Go Back Where You Stayed Last Night by Sydney Easton and Ethel Waters. Sorry, Mom. Whatever. Ethel Waters is disdainful holler at the nuts, at the no good man knocking on a woman's door. Dancing is rarely showcased on Broadway these days, so the abundance on view here is a particular treat. Much of it is thrilling. Virgil Gadsden is a spark plug who seems to spend as much time flitting across the stage on his hands or his back as he does his nimble feet. He's joined by the number Hottentot by Fields and McHugh, by another mesmerizing original, Julius Chisholm, a.k.a. Glide, who lives up to his nickname by moving with the sinuous elegance of a human slinky. Tap crazy? You'll be in 7th heaven in After Midnight. There are several superb tap specialists in the company. The bright-eyed Dormetia Sumbri Edwards has one of the zestier solo spots, but most exciting is Jared Grimes, whose feet seem to give off sparkles as he alternately punishes and caresses the floor in one of the evening's climactic numbers, Ellington's It Don't Mean a Thing. Mr. Carlyle's watery ballet choreography for the elegant Corinne Plantated Come Fly Away doesn't just do full justice to the dancer's panther-like grace, but she nevertheless holds the stage confidently in her several solos. Blink and you'll miss the contributions of Desmond. Richardson, a noted ballet and modern dancer who flits through the show briefly but grabs the spotlight with authority and when it finds on him and the mooch. But it's the authority of the musicians handpicked by the Jazz Lincoln Center and artistic director Wynton Marsalis that makes After Midnight a memorable night at the theater. Ellington was famed for his innovations in orchestrating and arranging music, his own and others, creating a distinctive sound that brought jazz a symphonic richness, while maintaining the improvisationary quality that allowed each musician to contribute to the whole. The hallmarks of his style are recreated here beautifully. The sound of a trumpet puts a comic accent here, a bluesy one there. The trombones wail and moan in a manner that sounds almost human. The woodwind players are no less expressive, as played by these remarkable talents. The space doesn't permit me to start in on another laundry list. Alas, the music gleams, shimmers, dances, and sings with eloquence that enthralls. You know you are in the presence of musicians of a supremely high caliber, but the virtuosity, it's a new one actually, it just means virtuousness, I guess. Virtuosity never, I don't know, virtuosity never feels prepackaged or mechanical. There's too much joy in the playing that's the feeling the audience will be floating out of the theater on when the last note is died out. After Midnight, conceived by Jack Viertel, directed and choreographed by Warren Carlyle, music supervisor, additional arrangements, conductor Daryl Walters, selected by Langston Hughes, music direction by the Jazz and Lincoln Center All-Stars. Wynton Marshall's artistic director sets John Lee Beatty, costumes by Isabel Toledo, lighting by Howell Binkley, sound by Peter Hyansky, hair designed by Charles G. Laporte, associate director Sarah Edwards, music contractor Seymour Reed Red Press, technical supervisor Neil A. Mazzella, production stage manager Kim Vernis, general manager Bespoke Theatricals, presented by Scott Standards Productions, Mr. Marcialis, Roy Furman, Candy Spelling, Starry Night Entertainment, Hal Newman, Alan S. Gorman, Adam S. Gordon and Adam S. Gordon, James L. Nederlander, that is a tough name to live with, Nederlander, Robert K. Kraft, Catherine and Fred Adler, Robert Appel, Jeffrey Bolton, Scott M. Delman, James Fantasy, Ted Lebouts, Stephanie P. McKelland, Sandy Block, and Carol Feynman, in association with Mark's Moore's Turnbull Group, and Stephen and Ruth Heindel, and Tom Curdahy. The Brooks Atkinson Theater, 256 West 47th Street, Manhattan. 212-745-30.
Stop.
Okay.
Sorry. Good job.